the balance and things that we're talking about. You haven't thrown out the idea of a running back being brought in here. Now, it looks like they're starting to slowly but surely unlock R.J. Harvey. That might be the one way where you could convince me, and it'd have to be like a guarantee written in his damn blood on a contract that, hey, all right, see, so the Broncos go get a running back. Sean trusts that person. Then they create more balance. Yeah. I don't believe for a second that would happen, but that's how you could get me to start talking about trading for somebody on the offensive end.
Yeah, and then you get that balance that you need, the cohesion on offense and the settling of Bo Nix. You do that with the ground game. So if it's more RJ Harvey, good, but we're seeing that in the red zone. We're seeing Harvey score all those touchdowns, but we're not necessarily seeing it in the carries and the total touches. I think it should be 12 touches minimum each week for RJ Harvey, and I think minimum it should be 15 touches, if not 20, for J.K. Dobbins. They should be of your 60 offensive plays, and that's where the NFL average is a 61, and it's down this year. It used to be in the 70s. So it's down this year by about 10 plays. So of those 60 plays, yeah, I'd like 30 of those touches to be your 2 running backs.
So let's go to what worked on Sunday, especially late, really only late because it's the only time he did it. Bo Nix has that 25-yard run. You get Will Lutz into chip shot range rather than, is he going to make this range? And he obviously made it. They win 7-2, top of the AFC West, all the things we've been talking about this week. Do you want to see Bo run more? You said that was one of your keys against the Texans, and it turned out to be a very big key because of what the Texans do defensively. Here's what I'm worried about. Yeah, I do. I want to answer it first. I want Bo to run a little bit more. It doesn't take away from you moving the ball downfield. It's creating a new pocket when he does scramble a little bit or climb that ladder. You're keeping your head upfield, like you said yesterday. You see the back of jerseys and green in front of you, you go. It's that simple. And there are some designed runs when that nickel defense presents itself to take off and run. But what I'm worried about, because, again, I don't trust Sean, is, all right, now there's 3 Bo Nix designed runs. That means 8 carries for R.J. Harvey. That means 12 for J.K. Dobbins. I don't want Bo to bring a balance but take away from the running back group. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and I understand that. At the same time, it's something that if you're, let's say the Baltimore Ravens, let's go to the extreme, right? Who's the best running quarterback in the league? It's Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, yeah.
So Lamar takes away from Derrick Henry. It is just what you do. I think Bo Nix's legs can't be ignored within this offense. I understand that Sean Payton, after the game, said he's not going to tell Bo to necessarily do that, like take off to run. But is he telling him not to, right? And I wondered that during the game, seeing and knowing how Houston was going to play 77% nickel, knowing that spread formations and running the ball were the way to beat the Houston Texans, and then seeing Bo Nix pass up the opportunity to run the ball time after time after time until crunch time when it worked in a big way. It's a huge play, game-sealing play by Bo Nix to take off to run. Sean didn't say he's telling him to run, but Sean also didn't say he's not telling him to run. You know what I mean? He's saying, no, don't run, don't run. Because it felt like, and I could be totally wrong, and I fully admit that, it felt like Sean or somebody was telling Bo, like, hey, don't run, hey, don't run, hey, don't run. Because he could have ran many more times than he actually did.
And it's like, all right, are you saying that out of protection? You know, you're worried about an injury thing.
Sure.
This is me giving a ton of benefit of the doubt to Sean Payton going, hey, we're going to unlock that, but wait. We need it to wait. We don't want that. You start doing it in the second quarter against the Texans. By the fourth quarter, there's a spy on you, and then that 25-yard run that basically helps seal the deal isn't there for you. That's giving Sean a ton of credit. I don't know that I should be doing that.
Yeah, I think you should pause on that when it comes to the usage of this team. And I do, if we are going to get this, because at the end of the day, you can hope, but then you also have to realize what's on your plate in front of you. So if the answer is Bo Nix isn't really going to take off the run as much as he could, but at the right time, late in the game, he's going to, I'm going to take that. Because obviously the timing of Bo Nix doing that, it prevented them from assigning any sort of spy on Bo Nix. It's almost like, in a way, Bo lulled him to sleep by not running when he could have, and then when he did, it really made him pay. Cost him the game.
It did. All right, well, we'll learn as the week goes on, and we have 2 more days to figure out what kind of game plan Sean has against these Las Vegas Raiders, and maybe we see more Bo with his legs. I do want to talk a little bit about the Nuggets. I want to remind you about the fan flyaway, back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time, a lucky listener, possibly you, and a guest,
maybe a lady,
are on their way to Phoenix in February for a giant party, the biggest in golf, in fact. If you win, you get 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500 in your pocket. For more information and to register, go to thefanflyaway.com. If you've entered one of our previous flyaway contests, you're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for a flyaway, you're entered for all future flyaways. We want the tribe to be out in Scottsdale representing and having a great time. Sees 2 things from the Denver Nuggets last night. First, they won. That's always a great point. They got back to scoring at the rate that they were scoring. Won wire-to-wire for the 3rd time already this year. But defense, as Sacramento scored 30 in every quarter, and three-point shooting were a bit of a bugaboo last night.
Oh, yeah.
Not enough to cost them the game because they clearly took care of business there. Is defense and three-point shooting something that you're like extremely worried about? Hey, it's November 4th. There's really no reason to worry that much at this point of the season. Where are you at with those 2 specific categories?
With those 2 specific categories, for me, with the Denver Nuggets, it's about getting better from the arc. You just have to, your opponents are going to, and you can't have that disparity in terms of the amount of three-pointers that you give up compared to the amount of three-pointers that you put in. So the emphasis for me, especially with the bench, especially with a young guy like Julian Strawther, is make sure that you are coming through with as much three-pointing efficiency. You don't have to throw up a bunch of threes. I'm not calling for that. But just be efficient when you do go there. And yes, if you're a Cam Johnson, work through it. And Jamal, cold last night. Jamal's not going to be cold from the arc like that. And it didn't affect his effort. The nice thing about Jamal, unlike you see with Cam Johnson gets cold or Christian gets cold, it really bothers him. It seems to affect him. Jamal got cold and he still was given defensive effort. It's not great, but he wasn't out of his game, right? Wasn't in his head. You know that shooters are going to shoot, you're going to miss sometimes, and sometimes you're going to be cold. I'd like the Denver Nuggets somehow, some way, to find that hotness and efficiency from the arc. That's paramount to me.
And real quick on your Jamal point, it's early, but what's been nice about Jamal, he's only had 2 inefficient shooting games, and his assist to turnover ratio in each of those games, +4 and then +5 last night. You're doing other things. You're getting teammates involved. And then, by the way, last night you add 7 rebounds. He's a guard, right? He's not a little guy. He's a 6'4" guard. Some of those longer rebounds where you get to start the transition and the break, you're the outlet guy because the ball's already in your hands. That's where Jamal, hey, you're not going to shoot great every night. Do those other little things. I think Cam could learn something from Jamal in that instance. Not shooting it well last night. Do other things. Cam's a bigger body. Attack the rack. Become a rebounder. Become somebody that grabs that own rebound on your own, and you're out running. I think Cam can learn a little bit from Jamal.
You know who Cam needs to learn from even maybe more so than Jamal?
Christian.
Aaron.
Oh, AG, I love that.
Yeah, because AG last night, what was that 1-3 that he put up in the second quarter where it was like falling backwards and he's just like trying to throw it in? Like, okay, yeah, but learn from Aaron because AG, it doesn't really matter. Hey, he's cold, whatever. He's going to hustle. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to block shots. He's going to throw in alley-oop dunks. He's going to throw it down. You're going to get that effort every single night. But if he's hot from the arc, I'm not saying 10 of 11, but if he's hot from the arc, he sticks with it. So I think Cam really needs to take cues from AG and like, don't press, man.
Yeah.
Have your all-around game. We like that. You need that, but don't press if you're cold.
Yeah, just shoot 90% from the 3, dude. Come on.
Yeah, come on. 10 of 11. Let's go.
Why can't you do that every week, every night, Aaron? All right, it is a Tuesday. That means it's a waiver wire day. Chances for you to pick the brain of one Cecil Lammey if your fantasy roster needs some help. And it does need some help as you start to look at what